Welcome to Legal Vidya, your go-to channel for all legal insights and advice. Today we are diving into a question that many couples facing marital issues might have pondered. Can a couple approach the Supreme Court for the dissolution of their marriage? Let's find out. In India, marriage is considered a sacred bond, but sometimes circumstances lead couples to seek dissolution. Typically, couples file for divorce in family courts. However, there are instances where approaching the Supreme Court becomes necessary. Yes, a couple in India can approach the Supreme Court for the dissolution of their marriage under certain circumstances. One such circumstance is when there are constitutional or legal issues involved in the dissolution. For instance, if there is a question regarding the validity of a marriage under personal laws, or if there is a conflict between personal laws and fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution, the Supreme Court can adjudicate on such matters. In the landmark case of Gobbin vs. Gobbin, Mrs. Gobbin filed a petition in the Supreme Court seeking the dissolution of her marriage under Article 32 of the Constitution, alleging violations of her fundamental rights. The Supreme Court, in its judgment, acknowledged that marriage involves the exercise of fundamental rights. It held that if a spouse's right to life and personal liberty is infringed due to the conduct of the other spouse, it could warrant Supreme Court intervention. In the landmark case of Sarla Mudgal vs. Union of India 1995, the Supreme Court dealt with the issue of bigamy and ruled that a Hindu husband who converted to Islam to marry another woman without divorcing his Hindu wife is guilty of bigamy. This case highlighted the importance of constitutional principles and gender justice in matrimonial matters. Similarly, in the case of Shafin Jahan vs. Ashokan KM 2018, the Supreme Court upheld the marriage of Hadia, a Hindu woman who converted to Islam and married a Muslim man. The case involved questions of individual autonomy in marriage choices and the role of the judiciary in protection of fundamental rights. These cases demonstrate that the Supreme Court of India can intervene in matrimonial matters to uphold constitutional principles, protect individual rights, and ensure justice. It's important to note that approaching the Supreme Court for dissolution of marriage is not common and should only be considered in extraordinary circumstances where fundamental rights are at stake. That's all for today's Legal Vidya episode. Remember, understanding legal intricacies is crucial. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more legal insights. Until next time, stay legally enlightened.